Now, from your weather authority, Chief Meteorologist Wayne Hart.
Well, a somewhat stormy pattern is going to continue through tomorrow night, and then the focus will be shifting to higher heat and humidity as we head towards the weekend. And today was very humid, but fortunately it wasn't all that hot. Highs were generally in the low to mid 80s, including 84 in Evansville, Owensboro, 83 in Henderson. Will be a little warmer tomorrow, and then the heat begins to kick in on Wednesday afternoon. But here's live first warning Doppler radar, and as expected, some storms have been coming out of the St. Louis area. They have been severe at times, and there's some uncertainty in terms of whether this cluster is going to get its act together. An hour or two ago, it kind of looked that way. Last 30 minutes, this cluster has been a little weaker, not quite as large, turning a little more to the southeast. Some of the short-range models are trying to organize this into a pretty pronounced wave of storms that would affect at least the southwestern half of the tri-state as we head into the overnight. Other guidance just lets it fall apart. So I think we'll know here in the next hour if this is really going to be a player, but at least the trend in the last 30 minutes has been for this to weaken a little bit. And if it were to hold together, the better chances for a severe storm would be off to the southwest of Evansville. A lot of heavy rain, though, in the last 24 hours along and south of the Ohio River. The bullseye, at least for the 24-hour totals, was right along the Henderson Union County line to the north of Waverly and just to the southeast of Hyattsville, where our first warning Doppler system estimated 3.6 inches of rain. Northeast side of Henderson here at our studios, the two-day total at 2.6 inches. But around 10:50 this morning, we had a storm blow up across Ohio County, and it produced an EF1 tornado near the community of McHenry, just to the west of Beaver Dam. It did damage to one substantially built home. Winds were estimated up around 90, 95 miles per hour. It lasted for about 5 minutes, and then it continued to move east of the tri-state and caused some more issues there. We're into week 13 now of our severe weather season, the final week of our season. It's been one of the more active ones, and we have one more potentially active day. It's just a marginal risk for tomorrow, but it is there, and then the risk begins to diminish as the heat and humidity kind of take over and high pressure suppresses a lot of storms from developing. But it's quiet right now in the Evansville area in our Fence Pro Skycam, I-69 and the Lloyd Expressway. Temperature not too bad for 10 o'clock. It's 77, but at dew point, very humid at 72. There's no wind out there. And even though temperatures now are in the mid to upper 70s, it's not going to fall that much overnight. So it's going to be a warm night, lows only into the low 70s by daybreak tomorrow. Front has stalled out across western Kentucky, and it's going to slowly lift to the northeast over the next 24 hours, focusing more storms. There's the wave that went through this morning with the severe weather. Looking for more development up here. So far, not much going on, but more is on the way for tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center keeping that marginal risk into the overnight hours, taking out the northeastern counties. Then tomorrow during the day, the marginal risk is along and north of the river, the higher slight risk just off to our northwest. So the thinking is everything kind of weakens as it moves our directions. Future Tracker does not get excited about the storms overnight, but does bring a weakening line in from the west tomorrow morning, kind of like today. Quiets things down in the afternoon, then brings another line of storms in from the west tomorrow evening into the Highway 41 corridor at 10 p.m. And then things kind of quiet down a bit more on Wednesday. Not as much coverage, not as strong in terms of the activity. And then I'm going to take the storm chances out for Thursday as the heat and humidity continues to build across the area. So overnight, we've got potential for some scattered storms, at least for a while, especially southwest of Evansville. And then tomorrow, some sun, but a couple of waves of storms, one later in the morning, then another one late afternoon and in the evening, very humid upper 80s. And then the 50% chance on Wednesday, a lot of it's early in the day. Hopefully by afternoon, we don't see too much. 90 for the high, and the heat and humidity become the big story. Look at Friday. Very hot, very humid. 96 for the high. Could be some scattered storms around. We'll have that daily chance through the weekend, but the heat and humidity feeling like it's about 100 to 105 as we get into a very typical summer pattern as we get ready to welcome in July.
Okay. Just don't like the humidity. That's what really makes it.
Yeah, it's hard to get rid of it this time of year.
All right. Thank you, Wayne. Yeah.